Before we delve into the term reports, I quickly want to mention the report called Batched Run. This report deals exclusively with batch jobs, which we will cover in a later module. For now, know that this report allows you to reprint documents from an existing batch. Moving on to term reports. We have two reports available to us that shows term log details. The reports are term log and term log detailed. Let's run the term log report first. Click on the report name and a new window will appear. Type in or search for the case number in question and then click the Start button. We are then presented with the term log history of this case. Now this may look intimidating, but it really isn't. So let's break down each part and take a look. First, each term that's ever been involved with this case is shown on its own line. We have the term number, the log time, the action date, the responsible person, the status, and the action text. We can also see which terms are currently registered on the case by looking at the word active shown here. If this is set to active, then this term is registered to the case. If it is set to not active, it means the entry is historical and the term was registered on the case at some point in the past. The most important aspect of these reports, though, are the dates shown here. This area gives us information on what occurred on the term itself. These dates allows us to see how the term was handled during its lifetime. The first piece of information is the open date opened by, and this shows us when this term was registered on the case and by whom. The reopened date reopened by shows when, if at all, the term was regenerated and by whom. The done date done by shows when this term was removed from the case. If there is an entry present here, it means that this term was completed and removed via normal workflow processes. This is important to note. In most cases, this means the term was not relevant anymore and thus removed by another workflow term. The last entry is the stop date stop by, and this displays that a term was deleted from a case. You might wonder, what is the difference between stop date and done date? The difference is that with stop date, the terms were explicitly deleted by a user, whereas the done date was removed through normal workflow processes and not manually deleted. So using this report, you can easily trace all term entries and how they were handled. The next report is the term log detailed. This report expands on the previous report but gives us criteria to search with. The report itself also has a more user-friendly layout. Let's run the report to see how this looks. The last report is the term team reconnection log, and this shows specific changes made in the maintenance application to terms and teams. This will be covered in detail in later modules.